Hallelujah. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to Apostle Elders in New York, GMS. And salutation, y'all going well teaching truth. Shalom to you, series Aqua. My name is Maya Kala Bunga with Chicago branch of Great Millstone. And we are not black Hebrew Israelites. Black's a color without a nationality. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, speckled birds. Speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their father's paternal bloodline go back to 12 tribes of Israel. Black is a color, not a nationality. We are not affiliated with any violent militant terrorist groups. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. And just something interesting on this channel, Paranormal Rise got a lot of interest viewing the video, the wrinkle face, alien for all the bizarre ET tales. So so this is basically about the angels and stuff, man. And the angels look like so-called majority of them like so-called black man. All right, but and also they can make themselves look like anything else, man. And they're a blessing to us, the brothers and true, but a curse to everybody else. So all right, but all right, so let me see. All right, but this is not what Hollywood put it out there, but I had seen angels. Personally, I seen angels. The like when people say the Grays, the brother Rylaw said he seen some the like so-called black men. He said some the like so-called black men with those giant almond eyes. Then brother said he seen something like typical Grays man, but 99% of the time they're gonna look like so-called black men. But anyway, I just have to get that out. But anyway, one reason for I play this clip, it says Section 107 cover approval statutory framework term where something is fair use or identify certain types of use such as criticism, commenting, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research, right? So this is as examples activity may qualify as fair use, all right? So this is teaching, scholarship, and research, man. All right, do not own the video. This video clip. All right, it's owned by Paranormal Rising. I do not own the audio to it or the music. It's owned by Paranormal Rising. All right, this is for education. To get to point out this interesting story, man, and just watch. Watch how interesting it is. All right, and how it pertains to the truth. All right, so Salak, that back. All right, so watch this.
When I was 4 or 5 years old, I was awakened from sleep in what I think was the early morning hours because everybody was asleep and everything was quiet around me. My mother, brother, and baby sister were living with my great-grandmother, and we all shared one bedroom. My brother and I shared a bed, and across the room my mother slept with the baby. I wouldn't say I woke up, it was more like I was summoned to get up. I didn't even think to resist, and I was not scared at all. I slept against the wall, so I had to crawl over the iron bedpost at the foot of the bed so that I would not wake up my brother. I went out of the room through the short hall and dining room and into the kitchen. There I unlatched the back door and stepped out onto the cold concrete steps that laid into the backyard as I was barefoot, and I was not well equipped to be outside. And there, waiting for me in the dark, was a giant head that was hovering over the yard about 10 feet off the ground. It was glowing in a softly wavering greenish color. It did not move, but it faced me, and I felt compelled to just sit on the concrete in the darkness. I knew that it was not human because the top of its head was very large in proportion to the lower part of its face, like it had a giant brain or something. It was bald and I saw no hair anywhere. From what I could see through the glow, the small expressionless face below, the massive cranium was human-like, but not fleshy soft, more like the skin covering a skull, and that's it. Its sides were all black, and its mouth was no more than a very thin line. I was not scared because the head did not want me to feel any kind of fear. In fact, I was very calm and very much at ease. But there was nothing that I could do anyways. And somehow I knew that the head was not physically real, but a projection of material, and that the real physical thing, the head,
All right, now watch this. Watch a couple things he's gonna say.
that I was being shown was somewhere.
Now this is true, but watch. You know, person don't know if it's true or not, but watch how interesting what he gonna say.
Else, and it wasn't just a hovering head wherever it was. Then the head began to send thoughts to my mind without moving its mouth or changing any features at all. What happened next is very difficult to explain because there are apparent and real factors of time involved. I'll do my best in a bullet point format, and I will tell you what this thing communicated to me. Number one, it showed me a wide river and a dense bunch of fruit trees that lined the far bank. And people were in those, but I could not see them. I knew that they were eating the fruit. The head told me that the people were there at the start of my bloodline and that his kind had been watching and guarding my line all the way down to me.
See that? Has been watching. All right, go to where's that? All right, let me see. All right. So it says Isaiah 42:1, behold my servant whom I uphold, my elect, whom my soul delighteth. I put my spirit upon him, he shall bring forth judge the Gentiles. So most I have his elect. He delight in, all right. So it's what he's going to watch over them, man. All right, let's see, Proverbs 18:3. All right, it said the eyes of Yahweh are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. All right, so therefore you always gonna watch over the elect of Israel, man. You see, he said, "You watch my bloodline," you know. But why, you know? All right. So, yeah.
Number two, it said and expressed that they were watching over other bloodlines of other families all over the world. It said that I might meet some of them when the time was right. And number three, it told me that there was an invisible war going on in humanity and that powerful and evil creatures, our enemies, rule the world.
All right, so there's a war going on, man. All right, and just like the elder, I forgot the elder name, man. The Levite elder, man. Russ know what I'm talking about. Well, he said he did a video where this Jake woman, she was into that voodoo stuff, and the demon told her, said, "Look, man, it's a war called unseen invisible war that's going on in heaven between that's going on, man." All right, this the same situation, man. All right, it's a spiritual war going on in these creatures, man. But it's not of course, Most High had the demons to deceive Esau. Esau deal with the demons on left hand side. But Yahweh controls left hand and right hand side. But the monsters, the physical representatives of Satan on earth is Esau, so-called white man. All right. And the Most High works for, Salak. Satan works for Yahweh. All right. Satan is an angel, which is obviously a so-called black man, but Satan on earth is Esau, the so-called white man. All right, and he's that monster, man. Right here. Let's see. All right, and again, Satan works for Yahweh. All right, just want to get that point across. All right, it says that day Yahweh with a soaring great stone sword shall punish the Leviathan, the piston serpent, and the Leviathan, that crooked serpent. He shall slay the dragon that's in the sea. All right, so it's talking about Esau, man. Because what's Esau? He's a serpent. He's that serpent in the Garden of Eden. Read Genesis chapter 3, man. All right, Genesis 3. I should just put in serpent into the point. All right, it said, now the serpent is more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh had made. And he said to the woman, ye had ye had Most High said, ye should not eat there every tree of the garden. This is not a actual dragon or serpent monster. This is actually Esau, all right, in his past life, all right. But he actually had color, but in the next life he was Cain, and he got that mark, and that was without color. Then what? And that's like he got destroyed in the flood. He came back as what? Esau. All right, he came back as Esau, man. All right, so he's that serpent, man. All right. All right, and he's that dragon in Revelation chapter 12 that chased the woman. The woman's symbolic for Israel, man. All right, and what did Esau? He calls himself, man. All right, what he known for? He calls himself here in America. He always calls himself what? He calls himself what? Grand Dragon, KKK. All right. And the dragon. All right, you got dragons that's in. All right. Okay. They call themselves, man. All right. And this ain't nothing but a bite off of more science, right? Cause you got a group of Jason Spain. They got a brotherhood that pointed hoods and stuff. You know, Esau a copycat. All right, but anyway, Esau calls himself the Grand Dragon. He's called the scripture the Grand Dragon. You go to they just call the Romans army the red dragon, the red dragon army, man, or the red dragon, man. All right, okay. So Esau's that monster that this individual talk about in this video, man. All right, that's all right.
Number 4, it said that my bloodline and others were, and I'll say this in the way that I can best explain it, at the front edge of human development, and that we are the highest level of human development. They may
the highest level of human development, man. Come on, man. All right, let's go right here. All right, it says what? Deuteronomy 14. All right, because we're superior, man. We're superior to everybody else, man. It says Deuteronomy 14:2. It says, "For thou art the holy people, like Kodash, holy is separate, until Yahweh thy power, and Yahweh had chosen these to be a peculiar people unto himself." All right, unto himself, and above all nations that are upon the earth. All right, so he just saying, man. All right, they're the top, cream of the crop, man. All right, it says Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6, "For thou art the whole people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself of all people that upon the face of the earth." All right, so it'll bring a human development, about to get what? That upgrade, man. All right, go right here, Jeremiah, because Israel, you know, for now, the elect, the potential elect, well, they are, they're going to get that upgrade, man. All right, it says, then again, the kingdom rests of Israel get the upgrade. All right, they're gonna be born through the elect, man. All right. It says right here, Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 31 said, "Behold, the day comes, said Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel, with the house of Judah, now according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in that day, that I took them by the hand to bring them out the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, said Yahweh. But this shall be the covenant that I will make the house of Israel after those days, said Yahweh. I will put my law in their inward parts and write in their hearts, and will build their power, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, every man of his brother, saying, know Yahweh, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, said Yahweh, I will forget iniquity, I remember their sin no more. Right? It repeats itself again. You go to Hebrews chapter 8, verse 8. This is only with the nation of Israel, and this why other nations, they're jealous, man. All right, so you can see right here, it repeats itself again, man. All right, if you get those spiritual powers, man. All right, First Corinthians 15, verse 52. All right, it says right here, First Corinthians 15, verse 50. In a moment, in the twinkle eye, last trump, the trumpet shall sound, the dead shall be raised according to corruption. We shall be changed. For this corruptible must be put incorruptible. This mortal must put on immortality. So this corruptible shall put on incorruption. This mortal shall have put on immortality. Then shall be brought to pass sin, death, and swallowed up in victory. Right. So our body's gonna be changed, man. Those that die left, this body's gonna be changed. You get the mortal bodies of those that be martyrs. They're gonna get their mortal body. What's this? Get the mortal, you get what? Spiritual power. Right? Some brothers gonna get the elect gonna get the spiritual powers, man, when Esau come rushing in, man. Rushing in. All right. You know. All right. But right, so the marchers gonna get the mortal bodies, some gonna get the standing lift up, then they get beaten up to the chariots. Their body gonna change in the blink of the eye. All right. So it says right here, it says Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. So they shall fear the name Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rise of the sun. And when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion. All right. So it's that standard to get those spiritual powers, man. All right. It says right here, Isaiah 40, verse 31. I think that's it. Yeah. It says, Isaiah 40 and 29, he gave the power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he increased strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength, and they shall mount up with wings as eagles, and they shall run, and they shall not weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Okay, go right here, Micah. I'm gonna get Micah chapter 4. Let me see, 12. All right, it says Micah chapter 4, verse 13. Arise and thresh, O daughter Zion, for I will make thy horn iron, I will make thy hooves brass, and thou shalt beat in pieces many people. I will consecrate their gain unto Yahweh, and their substance to Yahweh of the whole earth. All right, then you got our children. Go right here. Isaiah chapter 9, it said, the second child shall play on the hole of the ass, and the weaned shall put his hand on the cotter's den, on the serpents, right? All right. And they shall not hurt nor destroy all my holy mountain, all right? All right. So, hold on. Yeah, right here, this one. It says, all right, it's all right, and this was it. It says, and the sucking child shall play on the hole of the apps, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cotter's den. All right. All right, so it's talking about our children gonna be playing with serpents and stuff, man. this was these other nations want, man. They're not gonna get it, man. All right, so we gonna basically be a race of Superman, man. You know, that's what we're gonna be. All right, you got you can see, got so many examples. Some put Kryptonian. Right, this is who we're going to be, man. All right. X-Men, Superman. All right. What's another one? Icon. All right. DC Comics. Right, this is what next for us, man. That's why they jealous of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Cause they know, man. They know, man. Right, put this in X, man. All right. All right. Right, like that DMX song, they know who we be, man. Why you think they so hard to come against us, man? They trying to stop that prophecy of us of getting that blessing, man. Blessing the promises, man. This is what they want, but they not gonna get. All right. All right. So it's back to this video. Yeah, right.
Sure that all my generations were matched with a processor of some pure blood, not mutated. It said that my blood was very close to pure as can be for all humanity. And it said that there were very few like me and that they guarded and protected all of us in preparation.
Very few like me. Very few. All right. So he don't want everybody, man. All right. See, that's why it's called the elect. He want everybody. All right. It said Romans chapter 11, verse 7. It said, well, then Israel had attained that which he seeketh for, but the elect had attained, the rest were blinded. All right, Yahweh don't want, he want a certain amount of people, man. All right, get this. Matthew 13, verse 10. All right, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou to him in parable? He answered, said unto him, because it's given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. All right. So how only deal with small numbers, man. Even go back to Deuteronomy 7, verse 6. All right, it says, for thou hold the people unto Yahweh, thy power had chosen thee to be a special in itself, but for all people upon the face of the earth, Yahweh did not set his love upon you, nor chose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. All right, so Yahweh don't deal with numbers, man. All right, you go to Noah, it was 8 people, 8 persons, man. All right.
To battle the evil human agent fighting for the enemy. It said that I will not understand many things until I am
battle for the human, battle for the enemy, man. That's what they're gonna be slaughtering them, man. I just read a couple scriptures, all right? They're gonna give them the beat down, man. The elect of Israel, man. You know. All right. But I'll just use this example of now I don't know if this story is true or not, but I'll just use an example, man. All right. It says Ezekiel 25:14, I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, said Yahweh. All right.
much older and that I would be taught what I could handle and be developed over time. The next thing that I remember, I was awaking the next morning. I don't remember going back to bed. The big head visited me several times, 2 or 3 nights. From then until I was 14, I knew that I was being followed by something so small that I couldn't see it at.
All right, but this is it, and this was an interesting story, man. All right, yeah, I don't know if it's true or not, but this is the basically parallel of the elect of Israel of being chosen, the elect of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American, speckled birds, man. All right, and only Israel, the elect, gonna get those spiritual powers, man, and see their salvation and the blessing, the promise that the Heavenly Father had promised all throughout scriptures to give them, man. All right. Okay. So hope you're edified, and shalom.